Good morning, students. We will see today some evidences that proves that Earth produces magnetic field or Earth also behaves like a magnet. And the very first evidence is that when a magnet is suspended freely, it always rests in a direction north and south. Second, that when an iron rod is buried inside the earth, by placing it in the north and south direction, it also becomes a magnet. Third is that neutral points are obtained on plotting the field lines on where the net magnetic field is 0. Okay, so neutral points are the points on either side of the magnet. It can be either side on the broader part or can be either side of the poles. And these are the points where the magnetic field will be 0. So it is found that every magnet has got neutral points where the net magnetic field is 0. This is another evidence to prove that there is magnetic field produced by the magnet. Then fourth is that magnetic needle always rests making different angles with the horizontal when taken to different places on the earth. So orientation of the magnetic compass needle when taken to different places on the earth will be different is another evidence of the earth's magnetic field. So these are the four evidences that shows that earth itself behaves like a magnet. Let us see about the neutral points. Neutral points can be the points within the magnetic field of the magnet. If this is a magnet and suppose this is the space around the magnet, which is the magnetic field, so the neutral points can be either on either side of this broader part or can be either side on the poles, depending upon which direction the magnet has been placed. So these are the points which are called neutral points, but in one magnet there will be only two neutral points. They can either be on left and right side, that is on either side of the broader part, or can be on either side of the poles. Okay, and these are the points where we say the net magnetic field is 0 because of the effect produced by the magnetic field of the earth. We find the net magnetic field at these 2 points will be 0, and when magnetic compass needle is placed at these neutral points, it rests in any direction. Let us now see about the magnetic poles and magnetic equator of the earth. So we have magnetic poles and magnetic equator. We all know that Earth behaves like a magnet. Earth has got geographic north and geographical south pole, and at the same time Earth has got one equator. But in addition to this, we have magnetic poles of the Earth and magnetic equator of the Earth too. So let us try to find out where will this be, where will these magnetic poles and the magnetic equator would be. So let us suppose this is the earth, and with the help of the magnetic needle we can try to find out about the poles and the equator. As we know that when we take the magnetic needle at different places around the earth, its orientation will keep on changing. If we consider this as the north pole and south pole of the earth, which is called geographic north pole and this is geographic south pole, and this is the equator. Suppose this is geographic equator, what we commonly call equator fluid. Now in order to find out magnetic poles and magnetic equator, we have to suspend the magnetic needle freely at different places of the earth. Now the place where the magnetic compass needle will be vertical with respect to one another, then the line joining between these two vertical points will be called magnetic poles. It is called magnetic poles, and this side it will be magnetic south, just opposite to geographic north, and this side will be magnetic north, opposite to geographic south. And the places where the magnetic needle rests in the horizontal position with respect to one another, we can see these two places where the orientation of the needle is horizontal with respect to one another, then the line joining is called the magnetic equator. It is called magnetic equator. So you will never find that the magnetic south and the geographic north coinciding with each other. But magnetic south or magnetic north is at some angles away from the geographic north pole. And you should also note one more very important point about these poles, that these magnetic poles are not stationary. That it does not remain at one place only, but it can be changed and may be at different places over a long period of time. So this can never be at one place or can never be stationary. Now, since we know that Earth behaves like a magnet, so it also produces magnetic field, and the magnetic field produced by Earth is uniform. So that's why the magnetic field will be parallel. This is how we can show the magnetic field of the Earth. These all will be parallel lines due to the uniform magnetic field produced by Earth. Let us now see the magnetic field of the strong magnets, that is of different magnets like bar magnet or U-shaped magnet and many other things. Let us see. First of all, the magnetic field produced by the bar magnet. If this is the bar magnet with north and south pole, then this is how you can show the magnetic field lines. It originates from the north pole and enters the south pole. So North Pole. So these are the magnetic field lines produced by the bar magnet. We can also have the magnetic field lines of U-shaped magnet. Let us see. This is U-shaped magnet with North Pole and South Pole. Same way you can show this side also. The arrow mark is very important. This is 4. If this is a soft iron and wire is wound around it to make several turns, and on passing the electric current, this soft iron bar can become an electromagnet. So electromagnet can be defined as a temporary strong magnet which is made from soft iron when current flows in the coil which is wound around it. Here in this case you find the current flowing in this direction, where the current enters in the clockwise direction. So we can consider this pole as the south pole and this as the north pole. Now, what are the important facts about electromagnet? First is that electromagnet is made from soft iron. Second is that it will have 2 poles, that is north and south. North pole will be the end where the current enters in anti-clockwise direction, and south pole will be the end where the current enters in clockwise direction. In clockwise. And number 3, it can be a strong magnet, but the strength of this magnet can be changed by 2 ways. That also is very important to know, that how can we change the strength of the magnet. So the 2 ways that can change the strength of this electromagnet is by increasing or by changing the number of turns. When we increase the number of turns, the strength of the electromagnet will also increase. Similarly, we can also increase the strength of the electromagnet by increasing the amount of current flowing. That is, more the amount of current flowing, stronger the magnet will be. These are the 2 ways by which we can increase the strength of the electromagnet. So there can be 2 types of electromagnet. One is I-shaped electromagnet. There can be U-shaped electromagnet. So this is how U-shaped electromagnet can be. U-shaped electromagnet. where you can give number of turns. This is how we can give the number of turns, and the two ends is connected to a battery where one end will become a south pole and the other end becomes a north pole. And just now I told you how to determine which end will be south or the north pole. So this is an example of U-shaped magnet. Here you should also know about the permanent magnet. We know that electromagnet is a temporary magnet because it will behave like a magnet as long as the current flows through it. Because the moment the current stops flowing, it loses all its magnetic properties, or you can say it soon gets demagnetized. But in order to make it a permanent magnet, then we have to change the material. Instead of soft iron, we have to use steel. Because steel has a very high retentivity, so even though the current stops flowing through it, it will retain the magnetic properties and it becomes a permanent magnet. So why is steel used for making a permanent magnet? The reason is steel has high retentivity, due to which it can retain the magnetic properties even after there is no current flowing through it. This is called permanent magnet. But permanent magnet, once made, the polarity can never be changed, and it is considered to be not so strong magnet compared to another type of electromagnet. So these are, and one more thing, that we can demagnetize electromagnet, but the permanent magnet cannot be demagnetized. We can change the polarity of the electromagnet, but the permanent magnet's polarity can never be changed. These are few differences we have between the electromagnet and the permanent magnet. But electromagnet has got several advantages over the permanent magnet. Like electromagnet is stronger, then electromagnet polarity can be changed. Question comes, how can the polarity of the electromagnet be changed? So we can change by changing the terminal of the battery, or reversing the amount of the current flowing. We can change the polarity of the electromagnet. Then we have several uses of electromagnet, like it can be used in lifting and also transporting heavy iron scraps. Electromagnet can also be used in removing the small iron pieces from the wounds. Electromagnet can be used for loading the furnaces with iron. We can use electromagnet in many electrical appliances, like an electric motor, electric bell. We have these devices where electric drum, microphone, loudspeaker, these all are the appliances where we can use electromagnet. So we have discussed from this topic, and in the next topic or next class I am going to discuss the exercise. So thank you.